Grabbing that water, that blanket, if you need something close by. I'm so happy to be here with everybody this evening. I look forward to seeing everybody in person next week, the next 2 weeks at Vibrant Lives. So thank you so much for making this work out this evening. My name is Lou, for those of you who don't know me. I've been teaching Kundalini series at Vibrant Lives. This will be the 3rd time. So thank you, gratitude to the studio and Dylan, just beautiful, beautiful team putting this all together. And I'm looking forward to sharing more in depth really with how this Kundalini energy works, moves. Of course, this Kundalini energy is Shakti energy. It's this feminine divine that flows throughout. And when we think of this spine, our spine being the conduit from the earth to the heavens, it's this channel. It's called Sushumna. And there's 3 channels really. Like the caduceus, the snake runs up the side of the middle channel, the Sushumna being the middle. And then we have Ida and Pingala being the female and the male energy that intertwine up. So you can visualize these as like 3 rivers meeting at the base of the spine and then moving all the way up. Some people think through the crown of the head. Others think potentially through the medulla oblongata in the back of the neck. So just becoming hyper aware of these energies and how you're feeling. What side of the nose are you breathing most dominantly out of right now? Just noticing. The right being the masculine, the left being the feminine. And we'll get a little bit more in depth here after we tune in. I wanted to also acknowledge that we're after this crazy eclipse energy. That was intense. And we can see that in the collective too. There's a lot going on. And so we're not getting too carried away this evening. We want to give ourselves a little bit of a break, and we want to acknowledge all of the stuff that we've done and acknowledge everything that we've done to get us to our place right now and sit within that gratitude. And then rest up truly before we head into this next 11/11 portal, which is another energetic celestial season. They seem to never end, truly. So just paying attention what might be happening for you during this 11/11. It's a little bit more manifestation oriented. So we're really resting in the resonance right now. I do have handouts for the Adi mantra and the Megala Sharan. Now these are the 2 chants or mantras that we say before we practice. The Adi mantra being a mantra that connects us truly within the higher aspect of ourselves. And it connects us back with all of the ascended masters and the teachers who've come before. Because had it not been for them, we wouldn't know this. So giving that gratitude and that reverence. This is also a mantra to help us identify and thank our light and our dark aspects of ourselves that integrate into us to make us human. So I did change the mantras from the last time that I handed them out. I've been studying in depth with Sikh teachers in the Punjab area of India. And these teachers I've learned so much, just so much of how these pronunciations are supposed to take place, how it's supposed to happen in the mouth. So I wanted to bring that knowledge to you today, to truly be able to soak in the sound current, the nod, the shabd yoga of how we form it in the mouth. So usually we'd say Ong Namo Gurudev Namo, right? Well, slight adjustments are being made in the mouth. When we say Ong, we say O in the back of the throat, and the Ung comes back into the nasal cavity. The G is very silent, so you'll just press the G lightly on the top of your mouth. Na-mo. The ah is going to be held a little longer than I typically did before. Guru is pretty the same. Dev, namo. So you'll hear a slight difference in that va. It's more of a va, da, va. So yeah, so just see how that feels in your body with those slight adjustments. And then we'll also do the Mangalacharan mantra, which is going to be that protective energy. We can visualize that tube of light kind of circling around the body, around the aura. And this is enveloping us in this protection, as well as our community, our classroom, our town, and then the world. So yeah, we'll go ahead and rub the palms of the hands together to tune in. And then I'll speak a little bit more about the energies and how we can move these with intention. Go ahead, bring the thumbs into the sternum, applying about 5 pounds of pressure between the palms of the hands. Our palms being the direct link to our heart space. Begin to come into your breath here with the nose. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose or the mouth, letting it go, really arriving. Making those inhales, those exhales a little deeper in the upper belly. Allowing the sit bones to ground down even more. Shoulders relax, neck is soft, eyes are closed, or staring at the tip of your nose. Taking one more inhale and exhale. And then we'll begin. We'll chant each of these 3 times. Inhale to prepare. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudev Name, Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudev Name, Ad Gure Name, Jugad Gure Name, Sat Gure Name, Sri Gurudev Name. Inhale, suspend through the breath if it feels okay. Engage Mul Band, flip the tongue. Exhale, hands release to the knees. Just sit within that vibration for a moment. Noticing if any shift has taken place. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose or the mouth. And just staying within this inner sanctuary for a moment. I'd like to speak to the bandhas, or the body locks. I just referred to the Mula Bandh, which is the root lock, the base of the pelvis, a very subtle Kegel, energetic lifting through the pelvic floor. Now these happen on and off during our practice. This is where we contain the energy within our body so we can work with it. Now, containing the energy within the body happens mostly from the collarbones down. So the tongue will flip and the bottom of the tongue will press against the roof of the mouth. There's meridian points that live on the palate in the top of the mouth. So when the tongue flips, it engages that parasympathetic rest and digest nervous system. So it triggers your mind to say, okay, we're safe, calm down. So when I cue this engaged Mula Bandh, suspend the breath, this also means flipping the tongue and then holding that breath in as long as feels comfortable to you. If you feel any lightheadedness or dizziness, coming back to your normal inhale and exhale, it takes time to build this kind of pranic or life force energy flow in the body, and that's okay. Giving yourself time for that. Now, have we heard of the Grantis? They are a yogic, there's 3 Grantis. These are psychic knots that live within the body. And they're very energetic, very, very similar and linked to these physical bandhas. So this Mula Bandh, root lock, is in relation to what is called the Brahma Granti. And now this psychic knot or energetic knot is something that lives, can, and does live within most humans between that root chakra and the second sacral chakra. This is where our basic fears are stored: survival, food. And when it's healthy and open and flowing, the energy is flowing through this knot, this Granti. This is when we're feeling grounded and secure, very rooted on the earth. Now, the other bandha, or energetic body physical lock, which we don't use a lot, and I'll never really cue for this, is going to be the diaphragm lock. But I will say, when we're holding Mula Bandh, the belly button pulls in slightly. This is that same kind of energy as the diaphragm lock. Diaphragm lock is only held in very particular exercises and over a long period of time. Now, the location of this next Granti is the Vishnu Granti, which is in the heart space. It's actually right between the solar plexus and the heart. So this upper belly. So when I say breathe into this upper belly, it engages the parasympathetic nervous system. This is where this lock is, this knot, excuse me. This holds on to the ego. This is the I-ness. So this creates separation when not balanced and can be overpowering. The way to open this knot is through surrender, which we can consider we're all here this evening. We've surrendered ourselves over to this practice. And then the third knot, Granti, is going to be in the third eye space. Now the neck lock is just an energetic drop of the chin. This straightens up through the spine, and this is always happening. So whenever suspending the breath happens, drop the chin slightly to engage that lock, the bond. Now this is called the Ruta Granti, and this is in the third eye space. So all of these locks, as you can see, are right below the knots as you go up and down. And this third eye space, when in unbalanced, it is a misinterpretation of service in the world. And this could maybe mean serving freely, and if expectations arise, maybe without expectations. So just another super interesting thing that isn't really talked about a lot in yoga. So we're going to be moving through these Grantis for the next 6 weeks. And I'll bring some more paperwork for everybody next week when I come. And I'm sure we're all familiar with the chakras, and we'll move back and forth between these as well. So enough talking. Let's go ahead and bring the hands, palms face down on the knees. Bringing yourself back to the inhale, the exhale. So today we connect in gratitude for where we are right now. So allowing yourself to truly feel that right now, this present moment, everything's okay. Even if that means that there's hardships and lessons occurring right now, how can we shift the perspective on said lessons? Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Let's begin to make big circles. Inhaling, that torso comes forward, and exhaling back. Breathing into the side bodies. Moving through the cross of the legs if you need to at any point. And just staying here with your breath. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. The hands help guide us around in circles. Beginning to really check in with what's happening in your body for you today. Checking in with the root, the navel center, the heart. Taking one more circle here and then slowly reversing directions. And slowly, almost as if you're hypnotized, you allow yourself to circle smaller and smaller, coming to stillness in the center, and just allowing, surrendering in the center into stillness. Taking one more inhale and exhale. And then stretching those legs out in front for life nerve stretch. Shaking out the legs if you need. And then inhaling through the crown of the head, exhaling, folding forward. Knees can be bent if need be. Hands resting wherever comfortable. Let's intentionally breathe long, slow, and deep here through the nose. This being a posture deeply connected to Brahma Ganti. Feeling that safety, that security, and stability as we breathe long, slow, and deep. Not allowing the mind to pop in or thoughts to come up, letting those thoughts go for now. Coming back to the breath. Inhale and exhale. Taking one more inhale. Exhale here. An inhale walks us back up to center, just sitting for a moment. Tucking the chin slightly, imagining that Sushumna channel rooted down at the tailbone, rising up through the crown of the head. Bring that awareness into your heart space. Taking one more inhale and exhale. We'll bring ourselves back into easy seat. Sit it on the sit bones, however that looks for you, whatever's comfortable. And we're going to invite a little bit more prana, more life force in through a breath of fire, or Kalabhati breathing. Our fingertips will touch index and thumb, Gyan Mudra, connecting in with that wisdom, that inherent creativity within. And then we'll go ahead and begin a breath of fire. Now, breath of fire is a very light, bouncy, fun breath. If you've never done it before, pay attention to how you're feeling. And if you do feel dizzy or lightheaded, just coming back to the soft inhale and soft exhale. This moves a lot of energy. And we'll start with our tongue out and pant like a dog. It's a very easy inhale. You don't even focus on the inhale. You focus on the exhale, navel pumping through the belly button. When you get the hang of it through the mouth, close the mouth and bring it to the nose. Continuing here for a moment, just starting to really invite that lung capacity. We're warming up the lungs here. So really focusing on that navel pump. On the exhale, inhale is automatic, relaxing through the shoulders. And inhale, and exhale, release. Go ahead and sit within that for a moment and just see how you feel. Maybe feeling a little bit of tingling, this distribution of energy. Maybe feeling a little winded. And just noticing and reminding ourselves, as long as there's no pain or severe lightheadedness, there may be discomfort. And finding that line and that boundary for yourself and knowing. So we're going to do that one more time. Just finding our easy seat and beginning a breath of fire. Let's inhale. Let's suspend through the breath. Engage Mul Band. Flip the tongue. Tuck the chin. If it feels okay. We're holding the breath in. And now let's exhale. And let's hold the breath out. Engage Mul Band. And release. Coming back to the soft inhale, the soft exhale. We arrive to this earthly plane, to our body, on an inhale. And we exit on an exhale. So how comfortable you are with life is our suspension of our inhale, and how comfortable you are with death on our suspension of the exhale. Taking one more inhale and exhale here. We're going to begin some very interesting warm-ups if you've never experienced. So just coming with an open heart, open mind. Our arms, our hands are going to come up resting on our shoulders. And if this is uncomfortable, we can bring them out to the side in Gyan Mudra. We're going to begin a very slight inhale, exhale, inhale left, exhale right, through the thoracic spine only. The chin and the head move with the sternum. So our breath isn't quite like breath of fire, but it's definitely more powerful, left to right. So just gauging where you are in your body and moving here. Continuing to move with your breath. We have the mantra Sat Nam Vahe Guru playing in the background. Sat Nam is truth is the essence. Vahe Guru is honoring the light and the dark aspects. This posture moves energy around our heart space, moves the lymph through the under the arms. We're going to be in each of these warm-ups for 3 minutes each. 3 minutes being the magic number. This is when the hemispheres of the brain start to really integrate into one. So you'll feel yourself go through these levels of discomfort and, oh, okay, enough's enough. Let's stop now. What happens if you don't stop? And there's no pain involved. Always stopping if you need to, if you feel lightheaded or dizzy, just listening to your body, honoring what it has to say. We're almost there. Let's inhale. Let's keep the arms lifted. Inhale, suspend the breath. Exhale, release, let it go. Sitting for a moment in stillness and silence, allowing the prana to distribute where it knows it needs to go within the body. Taking one more inhale. Exhaling the hands on the knees, maybe palms face up, receiving whatever you're meant to receive. Just noticing what's happening in your body. Taking one more inhale and exhale. Inhale, softly opening through the eyes. Go ahead and flip ourselves over to our hands and our knees. So setting yourself up appropriately. If the palms of the hands are right underneath the shoulders, we're almost making a suction cup here in the palm of the hand, an energetic spiral up the arm. The eyes of the elbows face in towards each other to rely more on the muscle rather than the joint. We're in a straight line all the way from the crown of the head to the tailbone. So tucking the tailbone slightly if we need, tucking the chin, really finding that table. We're always with our breath, inhaling and exhaling. As we begin to move in cat-cow, we'll inhale the belly to drop, the hips come high, the head comes high. We can have the eyes closed, focus at the third eye point, or we can gaze towards the ceiling. An exhale arches through the spine, the back of the heart, through the shoulder blades. We're breathing here, and then an inhale, belly to drop, and exhale to arch. So moving here with your breath. Breathing into the back body, the kidneys on our exhale. And as that spine begins to warm, we begin to quicken through our pace ever so slightly. Continuing to be with your breath through your nose, inhaling fully and exhaling. It's almost becoming more powerful. More inhale and more exhale. Noticing if any emotions start to arise and allowing, surrendering to the energy in motion. Within Kundalini Yoga, we do postures and movements that we might not like for a little while. And this is by purpose, very intentional. So we can cultivate this practice and this integration of nervous system for our day-to-day life. We're almost there. Let's go ahead and inhale, belly to drop. Suspend through the breath if that feels okay. Engaging Mula Bandha. And then big toes to touch, knees come wide. Exhale, child's pose. Release. Third eye point melts to the mat, a block or a blanket. Truly surrender forward here. Letting it go. Feeling the chest and the breath rise on the legs. Breathing into the back body, into the kidneys, the lower back. The hips are heavy. The arms are relaxed. Becoming so quiet and so still that your heart and your soul can speak to you. Taking one more inhale and exhale here. Another inhale and exhale. And then finally bringing awareness into the hands. Inhaling, hands help guide you back up. Sit it on your heels. And then eventually rolled off to your sit bones. Bringing yourself to as comfortable of a seat as possible as we're going to begin the Kriya. So during these Kriyas, or these sets of postures, Kriya means action, will be mostly in these seated postures. So whenever you need to move or uncross the legs or bring them in front of you or sit on a chair, these are all valid options and completely okay. So our first posture is going to be bending the arms so that they're near the rib cage. So not necessarily hugging, but just resting on the rib cage. And we're going to be moving the hands from a open, facing away from us, to a closed fist, thumbs coming in while we rotate. So our hands will be doing this. And this is going to be a game. This is going to be challenging. It'll challenge the brain. And you'll be like, okay, oh no, that's okay. Let it be challenging, because we're not only going to do this, we are going to begin a breath as well. So we did go over the breath of fire. We're going to actually do this with an O-shaped mouth. So this is a very cleansing, very clearing breath. If you'd like to bring it into the nose for a little less intensity, you're welcome to do that. Or just breathe normal and do this with the hands. All of these are good options. So we'll go ahead and bring your mouth into that O shape, and let's begin breath of fire. You can go at any cadence that feels good, and you can time it with this twist of the hands. Your eyes can be looking at the tip of the nose. So continuing to do both things, I'll let you know what you're doing. So we're moving the wrists, we're moving these through these acupressure points on the wrists. And our thumb comes inside onto the mercury mound in our hand. More acupressure points on the palm being our heart. So this is really helping open through the lungs, inviting any grief to the surface that needs to be moved. course, coming back to the normal inhale and exhale through your nose if you start to feel lightheaded. Continuing and just noticing what's happening in the mind, allowing for any judgments to arise and then letting these go. This movement will bring great healing to the body. Let's go ahead and inhale, palms out to the side, suspend if it feels comfortable. Let's exhale, let's make that fist. Let's hold that out for a moment. Let's inhale, palms out. And let's exhale, relax. Go ahead, bring the hands down to the knees and just feel. Just allow and surrender. Imagining that I-ness disappearing. There is no you and me. We are all the same. Taking one more inhale and exhale here. Continuing to stay in our easy seat. We'll be coming back to the same breath. This time our palms face out, moving alternately in front of us, in front of our heart space. So setting yourself up, coming to your breath when you're ready. Listening to the body and just doing the arm motion or just the breathing, whatever feels the best. We're allowing the heel of our hand, of our palm, to lead the posture, lead the motion. We're physically moving through the heart space, moving anything that might be blocking us from moving forward. Also moving through the armpits, we're allowing to pump our own lymph. This one's only half as short, so we're almost there. Let's go ahead and inhale, pushing whichever hand's out in front, engaging will bond, flipping the tongue. And then exhale, release, hands come to the knees, let it go. Sitting in that energy for a moment. And then keeping yourself in this energy vibration, staying with the soft inhale and exhale, the palms come out to our sides, facing forward as we move them in small circles by our sides. So your breathing makes its own cadence. You can imagine these hands stirring up this energy out here in the aura. We're allowing this to move any stagnation, any fear. Let's keep the arms out by the side. Let's inhale, opening, expanding through the heart center. Let's hold the posture. Let's exhale. Let's inhale. Suspend. Hold the posture. Exhale. Inhale. Suspend. And exhale, relax. Go ahead and softly bring yourself down to your back. Finding that nice neutral spine. Shoulder blades tucking under the heart. Rolling yourself down and just allowing that prana, that life force energy to move wherever it's supposed to move. Only coming back to your body, back to the physical space when you hear my chimes. Allowing that physical body to feel so deeply relaxed. that you're unsure where the floor starts and your body begins.